On TalkSPORT 2 at 3, Everton versus Southampton. Dan Wynn will be your host for that. Ian Danta and Perry Groves, your commentary team. It's a massive game for both sides.
Huge.
Let's talk to Dave Johnson from the Fulton Blues Everton Supporters Group. Hey, Dave.
Morning, Max. Morning, Charlie. How are we doing? You okay?
Good, thank you. Yeah,
good, thank you.
Are you nervous?
How are you?
I'll be honest with you. It's not been a good morning so far. I've been up and I've been to the toilet plenty of times. It's going to be one of those days today. It really is.
It sort of feel like, when Everton lose, this sort of phrase like a chorus of boos at Goodison Park, you can really feel it. And after that Brighton game, God, it was noisy. And I remember last season, Frank Lampard, the crowd made such a difference. Is it quite hard to get yourself up for a game when your team aren't really doing anything for you?
Yeah, and it's similar to last season. I mean, just to point it out, we were in the same predicament this time, almost to the day last year. We lost 2-1 to Norwich, and Benitez was sacked the following, by the Wednesday. And it's like this is a year on, nothing's changed. So yeah, to get yourself motivated for this, it's hard, even just for all stuff like the coach welcoming that we're trying to do before the game and stuff like this. It's like, well, what are you giving me? You're giving me nothing to actually sing about, shout about. There's no motivation for the fans at the moment, and just the way with everything that's going on within the club, it's not helping anybody.
Iwobi's been ever present this season for Everton, which is good. He's been playing really well. He seems to have found a new place to play. He'll be out today. Ankle injury, out for 3 weeks. Where does your attacking intent come from?
I've been asking that question all season. If I'm honest, we've gambled on Dominic Calvert-Lewin to be fit. We've gambled on Neil Maupay to be, a Premier League footballer, and it just hasn't worked for us. So Damari Gray has probably been that one shining light out of everything. But even he blows so hot and cold because of the side that he's in. It's difficult for us to actually know where any kind of attacking force comes from.
Yeah.
We've got to get Calvert-Lewin fit for every game and literally wrap the lad in cotton wool throughout the week, so we can just unwrap him and have him ready to play on the Saturday. But at the moment, it's just so hard.
Yeah. Jim White had the chance to say Fahad Mashiri a lot of times in the week. I wondered what you made of that interview.
Again, it was a lot of bluster. It was all a lot of saying, oh, well, I've done this and I've done that. I said, yeah, great, but at the moment, how can you not see that it's not working? That's the big issue. The raging issue is obviously with the board and everything at the moment with Everton. But with Farhad Mashiri, he's gone, well, okay, well, I put all this money in. I bought a new stadium and stuff like that. Great. But at the moment, mate, we've got nothing if it's not in if we're in the Championship. What's the point in going to a new stadium? I couldn't give a damn about the new stadium at the moment because Premier League survival's on the line.
Yeah, a lot of. I spoke to a couple of Everton fans midweek, and they were saying that they feel like this could be the season that you do drop. There aren't signs that it is going to turn a corner, and if it's not to be, then you need to beat teams like Southampton today at home, don't you?
Exactly. I mean, we've always seemed to have gone along and just ridden along this line of saying we're too good to go down. Given last season and the last few seasons, we're not. We are at a point now where a loss today could literally just see us drop to bottom, and I can't see a way out of it at the moment because unless some serious investment comes in and we can get an attacking force, like I've just mentioned before, we're missing Calvert-Lewin isn't firing at all.
No.
We need something, and Mashiri, as we've said, has got to see this. Because it's almost like a blinkered view that he's got of Everton at the moment, and he's got to open his eyes and say, well, look, if I want my team to be in the Premier League when this new stadium comes in, I'm going to have to do something, and it's going to have to be investment of some sort to bring in a striker. You've seen Southampton have strengthened and have had a good couple of games recently. Leeds have strengthened, Forest are doing it, Bournemouth are doing it. West Ham are trying. We're the only ones sitting on our hands doing nothing, and we're just waiting for something to happen. And I almost think that we're waiting for something to happen today for him to take some action of either backing Frank Lampard or getting rid of him and bringing someone in. But again, we're halfway through the transfer window and nothing has happened with this Everton side.
Obviously, nobody speaks for an entire fan base. Do you have faith in Frank Lampard, and do you think generally the fans do or not?
I think we're at a point now where we can't sack him because who'd you get in at such late notice? But if we were going to do it, we should have done it in that Bournemouth week where we lost the 2 games on the spin, and it was just an absolute shambles and embarrassment to watch Everton. That way we could have had the World Cup period to actually bed in a new manager, bring in some transfers, bring in some fresh faces and whatever. And now we've left it to the middle of January again, much like we did last season, where we're going to have literally half a week to bring in any kind of signings. And we did that with Dele Alli, Van der Beek, El Ghazi on loan. And none of them actually made any kind of difference. With Lampard, though, it's a tough one. We can't keep going on this merry-go-round of sacking managers all the time. We need to give some trust, and if we're going to do it, we need to back him. If we're going to keep him, back him. That's the one instruction. We've got to give him the money. We've got to give him the opportunity to build this side. But we are desperate for a striker. Every Evertonian can see it.
Yeah.
But it just seems like the team, the management can't seem to just grasp this notion. It's weird.
It's going to be a nervous afternoon, Dave. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Dave.
your time.
Pleasure, gents. No worries. Take care. See you soon.
Dave Johnson there from the Falcon Blues Everton Supporters Group.